Halloween to everybody. Well, that is if you're watching it the same day that I'm recording it. It's about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning on Halloween. By the time I compress the video and put it online, it'll probably be a couple hours. But I've got a box to unpack, and I'm going to talk about a couple of books that I've purchased over the last couple of weeks, and what kind of things that I'm interested in, what I think is a good bet, and also just share a cup of coffee and get ready for Halloween. In my neighborhood, we usually get about 200, 250 trick-or-treaters on a weeknight. We don't know what to get. We're going to be getting this year, whether it's going to be a lot because it's a Saturday or if it's nothing because it's COVID. The one thing I will say, though, is I've talked to a lot of people at work, and some of them are, they're very, we shouldn't be doing this because of COVID. And everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe. I'm not here to judge or pick sides. This is not a political forum. Guys, seriously, this is comic books, okay? We're here to have fun. We're here to relive some of the things. And remember that, we were all kids too, okay? So if you decide that you don't want to have kids coming to your door and you don't want to do candy or, trick-or-treating, that's fine. That's fine. If you don't want to put the bucket out because putting a sign that says one piece per kid is not going to work, one kid is going to grab it all, that's fine. The one thing I will ask is if you turn your porch light off and some kids, small kids especially, don't know the rules yet and they ring their bell, don't be mean to them. Just remember, it's not a pagan holiday. It's the day where basically Halloween is not a religious thing anymore. Okay, can we all agree on that at least? Nobody's out there worshiping Satan and drawing pentagrams on the floor. Well, I might be, but anyway, this is for kids to throw on some costumes, run around and have fun, for parents to make memories with their kids, and the kids to get some free candy. I mean, let's face it, that's what we cared about when we were children. We knew we were going to be getting those Snickers bars, and I really didn't like Milky Way and Three Musketeers so much, and definitely didn't like apples with razor blades. But it's about the kids. So if they knock on the door, tell them, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that this year, or try to ignore it. Don't open the door and yell at them. They might not know the rules, and some people are going to say, well, their parents aren't the ones that are going to be crying. Let's all just have a little bit of patience. We've gotten this far through 2020. Let's make it the rest of the way. And for those of you that are opening the doors to the kids, if the parents allow it, take some pictures. What the heck? Let's post them. Let's show the world that, everything hasn't ended. We're going to make it through this. But speaking of making it through this, let's get to some comic books. Well, the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this one that I got in the mail the other day. And I wanted to open it up straight away, but here in North Georgia, we had a hurricane go through, and it took out some trees in my backyard, and took out the fence, to which my dogs thought it was then free reign of the entire neighborhood. And we had to take time off from work and cut up the trees, repair the fence, and thankfully, I live in a wonderful neighborhood where neighbors don't yell at you for their fences getting, I don't want that, their fences getting messed up. Remember, lock the blade. What they do is they grab a chainsaw and they try to help. I love my neighborhood. I've been offered jobs in other neighborhoods, and I refuse to go because I'm not moving. I like this neighborhood that much. Okay, here we go. This is by Marvel Point One 2012. Now, yes, I know there's a lot of Point Ones that are the Miss Marvel ones, and I have some. I actually have them out of grading. And there's other points to be looked at for other books. So this one is from 2012. I'll try to get this. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. So, this is the first appearance of Sam Alexander as Nova. Looks like a pretty good cover. I like trying to get them in Raw. I try to get them from reputable people. I also see if I can press them and send them myself. Now I have another submission at CGC, which has been scheduled for grading according to their website for the past 2 weeks. I'm like, stop scheduling it, just do it. I'm hoping to have it back so I can do it next weekend. It is a 20 book lot, and it has 8 of the books that I got at that garage sale. So I have a lot of other books from that garage sale I want to send, but I want to see how those come back first. Now, if you saw my other video where I said what went wrong, I don't know if they're going to be 9.4s or 6.0s. I don't know. I'm still learning the grade curve, and I did not check those with the black light. So based on what I get out of those 8 books, we're going to go through. We're going to clean, and I think I have a new method of cleaning as well. I have to experiment with that before I recommend it to you, and we're going to have a better pressing and cleaning video coming up. So I got that one. That one looks like it's in pretty good condition. Now, what I've been purchasing lately, I really have a lot of, not faith. Well, I guess faith. I believe that Something is Killing the Children is going to blow up even more. I think it's going to turn into a great show. I think that along the lines of like the Stranger Things, this is a show. This is something that could easily be turned into a hit show. Now I'm trying to get the early issues because it's not that long, but I love the artistry in this. I mean, I picked up a couple of the early variants. Actually, I have 2 copies of this one. One of them's in my presser right now. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying a brand new book off the shelf at the store and pressing it. It doesn't hurt as long as you don't melt it. I love the artistry on that. I mean, it's especially since today is Halloween. I've got to show a few of these here. I'm sure people have seen these. These are very common books to a lot of people. I just happen to love them. Want to see, do we have anything else here that's, oh, well, let's keep a little creepy. This one, actually a series of them. I have a few that I'm getting ready for sending out as well. The Disney Haunted Mansion books. There's a lot of these that are available. I believe 7 different ones. And if I'm not mistaken, from what I understand, a lot of these issues you could only get at the theme park, at the gift store, outside the Haunted Mansion. So print run, I don't know the print run, but I do know that it wasn't something that people could just run to the store and pick up. I'm sure that there are people that have their season pass that went in and bought 50 copies, but so be it. The artist, I have not opened them up. I have not read them. I don't know what they're about. I like the artistry. My wife likes Disney. I got these for her. I get a lot of stuff for her just to try to make her happy, because happy wife, more books for me. That's this phrase, isn't it? And anyway, I have heard that they're going to be making a Haunted Mansion movie very similar to the way they made the Pirates of the Caribbean. Not the same story, but I mean that kind of big budget, star power, storyline. They're not going to just throw something together or throw it on Disney Plus. They're actually hoping that someday when movies open again, hint, hint, they have stuff on the drawing table that they're going to be pushing forward through. Okay, so as far as spooky, well, let's segue to the next one here. Disney Plus. If anybody has not seen Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1 yet, for shame. I've watched it 3 times already in one day. I'm not going to touch any of the spoilers, but people have seen in the trailer what they think to be Sabine Wren. And it's possible. I think that if they're going to have Sabine, then they're going to have... they may have other characters as well from it, but anyway, I did recently pick up a Star Wars number 6, which Kanan number 6, sorry, which is the first appearance of Sabine Wren. Number 1 does have a cameo appearance of Sabine, so if this one is already out of your price range, it's because it's shooting up because everything Star Wars is going through the roof. I would recommend at least looking at Star Wars Kanan number 1, which does have a cameo appearance of Sabine. So this is the other books now. This is going to be getting off the Star Wars and off of Disney. So another book that I picked up recently, Ms. Wireman number 9. Now I do have number 7. It's a CBCS 9.8. I do like the book. I think this is a very strong candidate. I've learned my lesson. I'm not predicting any 9.8s from now on ever for the rest of my life. I don't care if it's hot off the press and the ink is still wet. It's gonna be. But this is a really nice copy, and this will be sent off. This is first Riri Williams in the armor. Okay, that's first appearance of Riri. This is the first appearance of Riri in the armor. A lot of people think that Riri Williams will be the next Iron Man in the Young Avengers going forward. And just a side take on that, I don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. come back as Iron Man from an alternate reality. I think it would cheapen his sacrifice at the end of Endgame. What I would love, but I want to see Robert Downey Jr. back. Okay, his portrayal is awesome, and I love him. Okay, I love him. I would just, what I would love to see is Robert Downey Jr. doing the voice of the AI inside the armor, similar to Jarvis was for him. There's nothing saying that he couldn't have transformed his consciousness into a computer. Arnim Zola did it with 20-year-old equipment. There's nothing saying that Tony couldn't have figured out how to do that as well. So, staying with the Marvel Universe, Shuri 1 and 2 in the second print. I should actually put them in numerical order for you to see. They were in numerical order. Da 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 da. Okay, so you've got Shuri had a series run which didn't get ordered too much. I believe number 2 is the hot one because it actually shows her putting the armor on the cover. Okay, I believe that the first printing, which is full color, and they all look nice, there were orders from stores for 4,000 copies. And the second printing, there were only 1,000 copies ordered. So that's a pretty limited book. And if Shuri books start to explode, you're actually going to see that this one is, it's up there. It's $90, $100 now on eBay. Last I checked, it might be higher, might be lower, but Shuri number 1 was going for about 25 to 30. I was able to get 1, 2, 3 in second print and 1, 2 in a package a lot for a pretty decent price. And I really love the artwork on this too. These two, I'm going to be getting ready for grading. When I get my next submission ready, I will have a full video of just the books I'm going to send out and what my predictions are. And I'm going to put it on file before I even go to the mailbox. Post office. So, another book to speculate on is Daredevil number 9 from 2015, I believe. Yeah, 2015. It's the first appearance of Echo, and she's actually there on the cover as well. This is another one that it's already starting to blow up, but you can still find them in some of your dealer boxes. Remember, if your dealer's got boxes, long boxes, you got to hunt through them. You got to familiarize yourself with what's going on in the world, what people are after. And he's got hundreds of long boxes in the store. He can't keep track with every single book. And that's where you're going to find a lot of your bargains. And I'm not saying go to the stores to rip them off. They understand this is part of the business. A book that sat in their box for 3 years that nobody wanted for $2. Somebody wants it for $2. Well, great. It's $2 more in his pocket that he puts towards newer books, and he's making money too. But we have to support our LCSs, local comic store, for anybody that doesn't know. Okay, so I go from a nice wholesome message to Herogasm. Yeah. Now, I personally am not... I'm not somebody who reads Deadpool. I'm not somebody who watches The Boys. I don't know. When it comes to comics, I'm kind of a prude. I don't go in for the nude and the raunchy behavior. My friends all told me I had to watch Deadpool, and I watched the Deadpool movie, and I was like, no, this is not a comic book. This is naughty. Okay, when it comes to comics, I'm a prude. So I'm sorry. It's not for me, and I'm not going to read Herogasm. I'm not, but I'm definitely going to buy one and hold on to a little bit, and then put, when I sell it, put that money towards books that I do want. The idea is to try to get the hobby to pay for itself after a certain period of time. You don't want to constantly take money out of your own budget. And the last one, and this one I think everybody should try to jump on, is first appearance of Red Hulk. Okay, now I have the Atomic Comics variant. Okay, um, Hulk number one, first appearance of Red Hulk, is Secretary of Defense Ross. Is he going to become Red Hulk? It seems that way, but I don't know if they're going to have to use de-aging software or get a different actor, because I think he's already getting to the point in his life, and I'm not trying to jinx him, but he really can't play younger characters. And that's the one thing about Marvel Universe, is they can have a character 20 years old for 50 years. Can't do that when you're doing the movies. I think they'll probably use the de-aging software, or just make Red Hulk look younger than Ross is. But I really think Red Hulk is coming. They have to have some kind of a... they can't have just, Einstein scientist Hulk all the time. They're going to have something that's super strong and has its own agenda. And it's a great character. The Atomic Comics one is much rarer. It goes for quite a bit more than Hulk number one. But if you could pick up either one in the Raw, I buy them in the Raw, because the graded is just ridiculous. Sometimes I can't spend that kind of money, and I'm not going to ask anybody else to. I mean, if you want to, then by all means go ahead. But I just try to find ways that you guys can save some money, get some good books in your collection, possibly have something that in a year or two or three you can trade or sell for higher money, so you can have some more in your budget, so you can get something else that you really like. I have a lot of videos that are coming up. I've got ideas that I want to start coming out with these more regularly. Several of them are reliant on this CGC submission coming back, which I hope it happens soon. But in the meantime, I hope that I kept you busy. I woke you up this morning pretty well. And enjoy your Halloween. Have fun with all the kids. And hit like and subscribe. Thanks a lot for joining me. And you guys have a wonderful, safe day.